Yo, what is good, Swipe Nation? Welcome back. Today I'm actually going to be having intercourse with my friend Chase's mom, Amber. Once again, I'm going to be banging her sideways. Actually, it's going to be, oh my god. No, I'm just playing, but for real, we're about to be coming in with an absolute banger. I hope you guys are doing beautiful today. Today has been so fucking amazing. I just got off of work. I came home, I took a few dabs, and now I'm lit. About to record this video, and then my boys actually about to come over, and we're gonna have a nice little session in the hot tub. So hey, my day's been amazing, and I hope your guys' has been the same. But today we're coming in with an absolute banger. Like I said, we're gonna be talking about the first time I got caught by the cops. But unluckily enough, this actually happened to me the first day of senior year of high school for me. I remember because it was the first day and I had gotten caught before we had would normally be getting out of school, which is around 2-ish, and I don't even know. I got caught around 12, so I just remember it was the half day. But yeah, I basically got caught with a fuck ton of shit. It was I got caught with a bong, 2 ounces of weed, rolling tray, grinder, ashtray. I got caught with everything. It was just not a good situation, and honestly I got out of it with an $100 charge, and I don't even know how, but y'all will see. Hey, so stick around. But let's get into this. So 2 days before this, I had just came back from my cottage, and my smoke shop announced that they were going to be starting to sell Breeze Pros, because this was actually the first drop of them. This was when they first got their shipment in. Before it was just Breeze Pluses, but it was also the Labor Day opening sale. So they fucking it was super lit because they always, around any holiday, they always do 20 to 25% off their glass pieces, and I had a little bit of extra cash on me, so I was super fucking hyped because my birthday had just passed and I wanted to get me a new bong. So hey, I went in there and I got myself, I think the bong was $150 or $200. It was pretty nice, but I did not get to use it that much. I literally only got to sesh with it one time. But hey, even though it was only around for one sesh, it was still beautiful, and it was just so clean. It had these little tubes on each side, and they had little windmills in them that they rotated when you suck. It was just beautiful, a beautiful little bong, if you will. But hey, all good things have to come to an end, and there was no exceptions for this. Although this was 100% my fault, and it was easily one of the most avoidable situations I've ever been in. Hey, we fuck up, we make some bad decisions in life. But like I said, this was the classic first day of high school, first day of senior year of high school experience. It was around just 11 o'clock. Me and my buddy Austin had just gotten out of school, and we had wanted to use my new bong. Or well, not we. I did too, but he hadn't tried it out yet. Like I said, I had bought this piece literally a day or two before, so most of my friends, I think honestly all of my friends, didn't get the chance to use this bong, which is kind of sad because like I said, it was truly beautiful. But hey, Austin's about to hit it for the first time, so he's lucky. We go to my house and we get water from it because you can't use a bong without water. And now this is where we make a fatal mistake, because we ended up running into my dad, and I don't know what prompted my dad to do this, but we just started having this conversation, and he's like, I don't want you smoking in your car or anything, and he was tweaking about it low-key on me. So I was like, I don't even have shit in my car, you can come look. And I take him outside, we go to my car, and he looks through my car and there's nothing in it. He's like, open the trunk now, and all of my weed was in the trunk, everything was in the trunk. I'm like, nah. And he just knows, and he can't get me to open it because it's my car. I have the key, I'm just not gonna open it. And he eventually just gives up and goes back inside, and he tells me I can't even hang out with Austin anymore because he's super fucking pissed off at me. They never took my car away from me, but they were pissed as fuck. I couldn't hang out with my friends for a minute, so I had to go drop Austin off, and this was super disappointing because he couldn't get to use the bong. But this is also where I made the fatal mistake of getting myself fucking caught by the police. But yeah, we hop in my car and we're out that bitch. I go and drop him off. His house is about 3 minutes away from mine, so hey, it was a little drive. It was a quick little drive. But now I'm faced with the dilemma of where to hide my weed, because it's in my trunk. It's all in this paper bag. There's just a paper bag. It's a big ass paper bag, the ones you get from if y'all know what Trader Joe's is, big type paper bags. One of them bitches. It's all in one of them in just my trunk, and I'm just tweaking that my dad's gonna search my car, even though he can't search my car because he doesn't have the keys. But I'm not thinking straight, so I'm just tweaking at this point. So I decide where better to hide it than in the nature, right? So there's this little fucking there's this little cul-de-sac right near my house, near my dad's house, and off to the side of it there's this trail that goes into the woods, and it takes you far back and shit. And I've smoked there a few times. It's a frequent spot. It's not, I don't go there all the time, but I've been there a few times, definitely. So there's this one particular traffic cone that's in the middle of the forest that It's just literally in the middle of the forest. So I hop out of my car with my paper bag. I get it, you know. I stroll on into the forest. I place the package down. I put it under the cone, and I'm out of there, you know. See ya later. I'm fucking gone. And that was probably the dumbest decision I've ever made in my entire life, because my neighbors saw me do that and they called the cops. But you know, I'm fucking gone. I'm literally the Flash. But even if I didn't go back and eventually get caught, they would have caught me anyways, because they fucking literally gave the police a full description of my vehicle and shit, and like a description of me, what I was wearing, what I looked like. So I was fucked regardless, you know. I was absolutely boned in this situation. There was nothing I could have done about it. But yeah, my dad's super pissed at me, and like I said, he wasn't letting me go see any of my friends, so I decided to hit him with the absolute fucking classic, and I was gonna go take a bike ride. So, you know, he helped me pump the tire up or whatnot, because I couldn't figure it out for some fucking reason, and he sent me off on my little journey. This was like probably this was probably like 20-25 minutes after I had gotten home from hiding the weed, so like it literally was not too long at all, and this is why I got caught so fast. So I take the very short bike ride over to where I stashed the weed, and I saw that there was a cop car in the cul-de-sac near it, and this was super weird because there was never cops in that part of my neighborhood, so I didn't know what to think. So I just started biking over it, just like not like looking at him, and then like I see him and he like sees me, and he's like, hey, come over here. And I like go over to him, and he said something along the lines of like, we found your stuff, like we found your stash. And I was like, oh fuck, like I'm fucked. And I immediately was like, yeah, that shit's mine. Like, I wasn't gonna lie to him because I'm pretty sure like they knew it was me. Like, they had to have known it was me. So I didn't risk that and everything. I was like, yeah, bro, that's mine. Like, shit, like I'm kind of fucked, aren't I? He was like, yeah. So he like calls another cop over and shit, and I'm just like sitting there, and I'm like on my bike, and I'm just like pacing around in circles in this little loop in this cul-de-sac while this cop is just watching me. I was just fucking doing anything just to kill the time. It was just like, I was like, oh, I'm so fucked. I was like, oh my god, that shit was terrible. I was just literally waiting for the other cop to arrive. I thought I was gonna be so fucked, because this cop in our town, which was the one who actually was like the original responding officer, he's known for being an asshole and just giving her like stupid ass tickets, and we all like make fun of him and shit. And it's just, he was the first one to show up, and I was like, I'm so fucked. And then his buddy shows up, and I thought I was done for. It was just like, I was just sitting there on the curb, just like contemplating my life. Like, it was just a horrible feeling, like literally just sitting there looking at the police car right in front of you, just like while you're getting fucked. Like I literally had so much fucking weed on me, you guys don't even understand. So I'm just sitting there getting like absolutely ridiculed with questions about all this type of shit, because like it's a lot of weed. Like, they thought I was selling. Like, I was, but we don't talk about that. What? Shit, I didn't have a bags or scale on me, so I was fine. I got lucky that time. I was super fucking lucky. But like, shit, it was just weird because they're just questioning me over and over again. I was like, nah, bro, this is like all for personal smoke. Like, this is all mine. Like, what? And they're like, you know, this is illegal and shit. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I just use it to calm down and shit. I'm just like bullshitting my way out of it. Like, just like talking like the most like average shit ever, you know? Until finally he hits me with the most devastating part of it all. You guys already know what it is. It's not the ticket, it's the fucking phone call to the parents. The absolute worst. And it's, oh my god. So he's like, alright, you know, who are you staying with? Because you gotta be staying close to your bike. And I'm like, yeah, my dad lives just up the street, you know, like literally a few houses away. And he's like, alright, you gotta call him. And I'm like, fuck, this shit's so embarrassing. Like, having to call your parents, like, oh my god. I call the phone, I pick up the phone, I'm like, Dad? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I got pulled over by the police. He's like, what? You're on a bike? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, what happened? I'm like, well, they found some weed that I had. And he's just like, his reaction wasn't like, he wasn't surprised, because he knew what was happening. Like I said earlier, he tried to search my car, and like he knew that I had weed, and he was like, this was like overall the absolute worst possible scenario, because he had just tried to search my car, and he like, I didn't let him see what was in my trunk, and he knew it was a bunch of fucking weed. He knew it was like a bunch of shit that I had in there. And then, oh my god, the cops told him to come over to the scene because he lives so close. So I literally had to sit there and wait for my dad to fucking get there. And meanwhile, my sister and her friend got off school and they literally drove past and saw me just pulled over on the side of the road. Like, this is just the most embarrassing situation possible for me. And to top it all off, one of my other friends lives in a house that's directly across from this. So he literally sent me a video on the side of the road too. I was like, there's no way. Like, literally everyone saw this shit. It was so embarrassing. But eventually my dad finally pulls up and he gets out of the car and he's like super stressed. He's like I don't even know. He's just like scared because he doesn't know if I'm gonna be fucked or not. Like, he's worried for me. Like, he's actually a concerned parent. And I think that the cop could tell that by his tone and like the way he was acting. Like, he was like super worried for me. And I think that's part of the reason why I only got like $100 ticket. But like, still, my dad was just like super, like, I don't even know. He was just like stressed out, which I feel it would be. I was stressed as fuck, but like, seeing him like that made me feel even worse. I was like, damn, I didn't even mean to put him in like a position like that. Like, that's so fucked up. I feel terrible. But it's just so embarrassing when he opens up the trunk in front of my dad and shows him what's in the paper bag that I was hiding from my dad the whole time. The paper bag that had taken me all the way through this trouble. The whole reason why I was in this predicament right now. The reason why I hid it was from away from my dad. And then the cop shows it to my dad. What was in the bag, of course. My dad saw everything. I was absolutely fucking grounded as fuck. I was so fucking grounded. Holy shit. I didn't have a phone for a minute. And then I couldn't use my car for a minute. Besides like getting to like practice and like work if I had it. I was so fucking grounded, dude. That was so fucked. Like, oh my lord. Once he saw, he was pissed. He was I had to tell the cop. I was like, literally, I wasn't even selling. Like, I told that to my dad and the cop. I was like, I smoke like 3 to 4 pre-rolls a day because I didn't have 2 ounces of weed on me. I had like an ounce and then I had like 25 pre-rolls. So I was like, yeah, I smoke like 4 pre-rolls a day. And my dad was just astonished by that. Like, he was blown the fuck away. I don't really remember most of the conversation with the cop because I was just kind of in like shock, really. Like, I thought my life was over at this point. Like, I thought I was gonna get so fucked. Like, I was just kind of in shock. Like, I was just responding to his questions. Like I don't really know. Like, I don't know. It was a weird feeling to describe it because it wasn't my first time. Like, I've literally got taken home in the back of a police car in the middle of the night before, and this is just in broad day. Like that shit's completely different. Like, this was just a completely different experience. Like, I just thought my life was over, so I was just sitting there kind of in shock. Like, it was just a really weird feeling. I do remember my dad was actually talking to him and he was like concerned about the ticket I was gonna get. He didn't know if I was gonna get like a charge or a ticket or whatnot, and I do really think that was one of the contributing factors to the ticket that I got, because the ticket I ended up getting, hold up, I have it pulled up right here. It was for possession - cultivate to deliver - possess with intent to deliver not greater than amount of marijuana. And I don't really know what that means, but like, if y'all know shit about the law, then you can tell me. But like, it was literally $100 ticket and it was a fucking civil infraction. That was the easiest ticket ever. Like, the one for careless driving was like literally 3 times more than that, and this was for like 2 ounces of weed. So that makes, think about that, that makes literally no sense at all. But I'm just super fucking lucky, I guess. So yeah, that was basically it. I mean, we kind of just chilled there. We had to like, they still had to process everything. The ticket was taking a really long time to print out and whatnot, but we eventually got it wrapped up and I got the ticket and I went home. Needless to say, I was grounded as fuck. Like I said, I could only take my car to certain places that like I need to, like school, fucking practice, all that. And I didn't have a phone. I had to get a trap phone for a while. I mean, hey, we were living pretty lavish still. Needless to say, I was doing good. We still had weed, so hey, I could live. I could be fine with it. I actually tried to start a YouTube channel when I had a fucking shitty ass Android. The quality was so bad. I was just like smoking. Terrible shit. But needless to say, this was the video. I hope you guys had a fucking beautiful day. My bad. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day and you continue to have a beautiful day. My day has been blessed and I'm glad to bring you guys this video. More content is on the way very soon. Stay blessed. I'll see y'all soon.